This is a practice commentary for a marathon submission. So, okay. Hi, potential marathon reviewer. Hello, my name is Turtle Run, and this is Moth Planet. Moth Planet is a little indie game that came out this summer with some really fun move mechanics, and as you'll see, but it also has, man, I really need to get this down. No, I can't. No, let's restart, actually. Yeah, let's restart. Okay. Also, I shouldn't jump in the middle of it because it stops Robin from mothing all over the place, you know? Okay. Spooky dookie! Okay. Hello, Midwest Speedfest VOD reviewer. My name is Turtle, and this is Moth Planet. Moth Planet is a little indie game that came out this summer of 2024. And it's just a cute little game about a moth who's a journalist, goes around taking pictures and trying not to die. Because journalism. And because the whole theme of the game is journalism, and because it's funny, the bit that I'm planning on doing with this run is that I'll be doing it like an old-timey news report, see? In an actual marathon run, I'll do a costume with the press hat and a camera and a vest and all the old-timey news reporter things. But yeah, Mothbutt, let us now get into what the run will actually be like with opening commentary. So, good evening, ladybirds and gentlemoths. I am Turtle Run, your host for this news segment at Midwest Speedfest 2025, coming to you live from Plymouth, Minnesota. Our big scoop of the day is Moth Planet. There are some anomalies happening in the world of Lycosina, and it's up to our intrepid reporter Robin to find them and document all this news. So, we will be sending it over to our live reporter Robin in the field. Ready in about 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! And Robin's adventure begins! They set out from Moth Planet headquarters into this tutorial area where we get to learn how Robin works. Robin is a moth and therefore can fly. Wow! Would you look at that? Robin has 3 different forms of flight. A high jump, a medium jump, and a low jump. All 3 will be used throughout the run in order to keep Robin's momentum going. Because boy howdy, does Robin have a lot of momentum. Robin builds speed very, very fast and decelerates very, very slowly. So Robin's controls are very fun and funky. And as you just saw, Robin is also a bouncy ball. Wow! Robin hitting a wall, ceiling, or floor will ricochet in the other direction with a ton of speed. Meaning that Robin's controls are pretty tight. But don't worry, audience, Robin will still manage to get through and do all the news. You've seen me use Robin's camera a couple times now. Robin's camera can be used to interview moths, but we won't be doing all that much of that. This is an 80% run where we only want the big scoops. Instead, Robin's camera, which can also be used to light up the darkness in case you get lost in a maze, will be used for the beacons. There are many beacons of truth in this land, and each beacon helps Robin to find more news. They're switches basically for gates, but beacons of truth. And we're going to go for a skip here and miss it. Oh dear. Don't you worry, dear audience, there is still a way around, because despite the mayor closing the gates on us very rudely, Robin can still fly up to the overlook and find the source of the gate's closure. That's right, Robin will investigate the mayor's shenanigans, even though that's not the main part of the 80% run, and you can skip that closing door that you might have seen. But Robin was just a little slow and will thus have to come down to the town square through that gate that they opened themselves, because the well was being all spooky dooky. That's an anomaly, and there are 3 of them throughout Lycosina that Robin will need to find for this story. But now that they've seen the well, Robin can head into the next area, which is the forest. And the forest is much more wild and dangerous than the city is, as we can already see with these spiky boys all over the place. They will kill Robin, just like these plants, as the ecosystem here is all out of whack. And the plants are the ones eating the moths. But not to worry, dear audience. Robin navigates through with... Oh god, that guy was actually really, really close. But Robin does die and respawns? Yes, indeed, dear viewer. Robin has the power of respawning. You can see how they got it with the exclusive interview with the Void if you buy a one-time subscription to Moth Planet on Steam. Just, it's like $10. It's a very funny cutscene where the Void is so wowed by Robin's sense of journalistic integrity that the Void hires them to do some investigation. And that is exactly what Robin will do with the power of resurrection given to them by the Void. As we can see right there in this little tiny but really dense room, where Robin must light another news beacon in order to move forwards. There are many news beacons throughout the land, and as the purveyor of news, Robin will find quite a many of them. But next up on our trek is the Deep Woods. If you've played The Legend of Zelda, you may recognize this area. Luckily, Robin also recognizes this area. They were the one who wrote the Nintendo Power column on it all those years ago. Who said being a journalist wouldn't help them with their adventuring career, But they managed to get through the Lost Woods, and now we go into the underground lake through a secret passage. This skips doing the game the vanilla route, and instead puts Robin into this mid-game area quite a bit earlier, where we see more spikes. But even more, those mushrooms you saw, they're on cycles. So when those mushrooms are active, they put out a bunch of poisonous spores. As do, hi, can you go away please? As do the infected moths. Yes, those poor unfortunate souls who have been around the mushrooms for too long become infected with the same spores themselves. And for those who are infected, their mind is obsessed with one thing and one thing only, the desire to infect more moths. So Robin will need to avoid them and avoid these mushroom cycles to the best of their ability, as they go for more news beacons in their path to fighting more anomalies. But we are going to avoid this anomaly for now. I promise, it's not journalistic malpractice. We will be back, dear audience. It's just that there is more news beacons to light up in these spooky caves. We take an intentional damage boost there to get through that cycle better, and try to get through that cycle and then immediately fail. Uh-oh, don't worry, dear audience. We keep on moving into our next area. Jump scare moth! Oops. Our next area, the caved-in corridor. You'll see why it's called that very shortly. Ta-da! This area is collapsing right around Robin's poor little moth head. And it also killed those two infected moth. Oh goodness. We just witnessed murder, or rather, not murder, but natural death. That was natural. Robin didn't do that. That was natural. Well, what is your AI, dude? Chill. But yes, as you can see, this area is full of dangerous hazards, like these jump scare moths who try and get you from behind a rock. But Robin does manage to avoid at least one of them, and keep on moving into our next area where the power of the Void will help Robin get through these spikes. Ta-da! It's that easy sometimes. And we make our way into our first sponsored segment. Thank you to Tetris. Da 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 da. Dun 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 dun. Thank you to our sponsor, Tetris. With that ad segment done, Robin can now go into this next maze, where more jump scare moths await. Oh dear! But knowing the path through lets Robin move on by, die to this guy somewhat intentionally, get iframes. Oh, but don't touch me, please. A second time, at least. And with that news beacon lit up, the maze is basically complete, and Robin can get right back to finding that last major news beacon they need to progress the story of Moth Planet. We can barely skip through this cycle. Okay, it was a little slow there, but we have gotten our second beacon. Hi, beacon. Get lit up, please. And now we can finally backtrack and grab this photo of an anomaly. It's a statue of an ancient evil creature missing their head. But who cares? Because we just found a dimensional rift. Huh? Get it? See? The dimensional rift takes us to an even more spooky dooky location. This evil mansion, which is guarded by traps, cobwebs, and... well, the trap just got me. But you know what they say? Those who have the most to hide are the one... There's something about... There's some quote that I'm forgetting right now about those who have something to hide and needing the light of journalism. Luckily, Robin is investigating, and nothing can come between Robin and the scoop of the century. No, not at all. Not even the most fun room in the game. Oop, we got a little slow down there, but right on through the cobwebs. Oops, it's fine. But as you can see, the defenses of this mansion get more and more deadly, and that includes next these security eyeballs, which will fire lasers at our dear news reporter. Luckily, eyeballs are weak to the power of bright lights in their eyes, and Robin's camera just happens to be very bright indeed. By flashing their camera near the eyeballs, Robin can defeat these guards and make their way deeper and deeper into the mansion to light up the Giga Beacon. Ta-da! But you may have remembered, I said that there were 3 anomalies that Robin must find, and that is the truth. We skipped the anomaly in the woods. Luckily for Robin, there happens to be a very convenient portal that takes them right to it. So it is not journalistic malpractice to have skipped it. No, dear viewer, Robin is right there and gets that anomaly. Look at it. It's a giant cocoon. What wondrous ancient creature could have been born out of such a large cocoon? Who knows, dear audience? Foreshadowing is a narrative device. But now, back into the spooky dooky mansion. This section contains quite a bit of backtracking, which would make it an ideal time in a marathon for any sponsored reads to come out, and for me to rest my beautiful news host voice. Come on, Robin. Alright. Now we come to one more challenge for Robin to complete, which is another set of these guardian eyeballs. Something I didn't mention the first time, but is very good to know, is that these areas of the mansion are deteriorating rapidly. Oh, come on. And you can see the void through them, but the void does not want to be photographed. And so if Robin stays in view of the void for too long, the void will remove Robin from the equation. Oh no! But Robin can sneak on through, defeat the guardian eyeballs, and light up the final news beacon, which reveals the truth of the end of this news story, that there is a final boss to this game, and it is a giant spider. If you have arachnophobia, you may want to tune out now, dear viewers, because Robin will be facing down the ex-queen of Lycosia, a giant evil spider from ages long past, trying to steal the power of the void for herself. And as we fly through this hallway filled with dead moths, and accidentally enter a little too far, we get to the final set of gates. All of the anomalies that Robin has seen have opened these gates up, and our last interviewee remains. It's It's Robin themselves! Gasp! Plot twist! Robin was one of the warriors of an ancient Moth force who defeated the Queen in the original timeline. Okay, really? But fear not, for Robin has been reincarnated in the body of a journalist to do it all again. And Robin will do it as the Queen uses the power of the Void. As the Queen uses the power of the Void to warp Robin to many different battle arenas, where Robin must defeat 2 of her evil eyeballs. We're going to play this one a little safe, because I really hate Stage 2. Okay, there we go. Robin is halfway through this fight already. One would expect no less from a true journalist, see? Just a little bit fast, but the timer's coming up very shortly. There's only 2 eyeballs left to face. If Robin can beat both of them in one life without dying like that, then we will hit the timer on this news adventure. And are you ready, folks? That is time! We have done a great news! Thank you, Robin, for this wonderful scoop! And thank you to our sponsors for this news story. Midwest Speedfest, Moth Fried Games, and the people who I stole this route from, The Leech One and Mudkip Warrior. Thank you to everyone, including you, dear viewer. Actually, you know what we should do for that? You know what we do? We should do something like, this speedrun was brought to you by the following. Midwest Speedfest, VGMCon 2025, Moth Fried Games, The Leech One, Mudkip Warrior, and viewers like you. Thank you for watching. That's a funny outro. That's a funny outro. Oh, that's good. And that's the news, baby. Yeah, see? All right. That's a PB too. That's a PB. All right. All right. That's good for confidence building. In maybe gonna submit this to a marathon this weekend. Who knows? Oh. But yeah. That's the news. And viewers like you, thank you for watching.